All right, some creek somewhere in eastern North Carolina, looking for speckled sea trout. So far I've gotten 3 reds, or got 2 and lost a really good one while I was monkeying with the phone. Got word of a spot that I've been kind of trolling to all morning to get to. Almost there. Trolling's effective because it's a great way to pick up trout. If there's a school in the creek or in the river, you'll get into them. There are some boats out here, as you can hear. Not a lot yet like there is in the wintertime, but yeah, but I'm just covering ground, trolling. I've got a soft plastic fluke on a jig head off the back. I just lost a big one with that while I was monkeying with the phone. And gold X-Wrap on the other rod. That's the one I've gotten to. One keeper, 18-inch red we let go. And then one real small, beautiful one, had tons of spots on it. It was awesome. No trout yet. From what I understand, when I find them, they're pretty schooled up. But these reds are so much fun. The 2 I got with this small ultralight is just rip and drag off. So much fun. They're such fighters. Now I've been fishing the main river for trout the last couple weeks and doing pretty good. I love fishing for them up in the creeks here. It's just so beautiful here. So beautiful here. Just gotta check my X-Wrap every once in a while, make sure there's no debris. There seems to be a bit of grass here today. Every so often we'll get stuck on the lure and not work right. I think word got out that there's trout in this creek because there's a lot more people than what I was hearing yesterday. Heard there was about 4 boats here all day long. I've seen at least double that already. Word gets around quick. But there's still like 20, 30 boats along the bridges. No thank you. Much prefer to be out here away from the crowds, and it's so pretty here. So again, I'm just trolling. If I get into some trout, I will stop trolling and just start casting and dissect the area. But right now it's just like the reconnaissance mission. We're just looking, just covering water, watching the other people fish, see what's going on. I mean, I've caught a lot of trout trolling before, so it works. Let's see. I'm gonna go a little ways down this creek and then start heading back up on the other side. That last fish I lost was about a 1/4 mile up the creek. It was big. It was right kind of in the middle. The 2 drum I've gotten so far were right next to the shoreline, pretty close, within about 20 feet, 30 feet. I'm thinking these trout are gonna be out on that drop off, like 6 to 9 foot of water at least. So I'm trying to hit all these points. So we're going by one right now. Let's see. I'm gonna go to this point up here on the right and fish around there and start heading back up. That should be a good spot to focus time on. So it's like the second time doing a live video. I'm used to doing my own videoing and editing on the computer, which I'm still gonna do, but this is new for me. To me, it feels like it could be boring at times because you're not seeing the raw or the polished up, edited stuff where I take out all the boring parts, but here you get to see the real thing. Like, what am I doing? How am I catching these fish? You see, like, you're not just catching fish every second. You see what's involved, the patience that's involved, and like my thinking as I encounter problems. It's not, I'm just trying to get my bearings on. Connection is not that great here. So I'm gonna get cut off from time to time. I can tell. We got that. And we might get tangled up, but we're at least gonna have some lines in the water. One hard plastic and two soft plastics. Everything's different colors. Oh, that one go way, way out. Okay. Should be in the zone, just getting on the right side. About 30 feet off the bank, about that range. See what we can do here. I think I'm about into the area where I need to be. Hopefully we'll find these trout. I'm looking forward to just getting in to start casting and fishing. This is, again, this can be a bit boring because I'm just trolling. But it is really beautiful here. What we're dealing with, it is just absolutely gorgeous out here. Had like a super full moon this morning. Just birds, seagulls all over. But yeah, I'm just about 30 feet off the bank. Those trout should be right on that drop off here. Ooh, there we go, there we go, there we go. See, nice fish. All right, GoPro, start recording. Yep. All right, we did it. First trout we found, it's a nice one too. Not a monster, but solid. Look at this. Not keeping today. All right, check that out. We did it. Was only on live for a few minutes and we were already into a trout. That's awesome. So that's what we're looking for. I'm gonna troll a little bit more down and see if we get any more. Look at that. Yellowmouth, we're gonna let this one go. Crazy, right? I already have some in the freezer in my refrigerator. So today's just fishing, having fun. I'm gonna just keep going down this bank, see if I can get any more. And then if I do, we're gonna start just casting that area. Got into the area that I thought we're supposed to be. Sure enough. All right, still trying to make sure that this camera stand works well here. Sorry for the technical difficulties. A little awkward in the kayak sometimes. Let me show you what I was using here. So that's that black and gold zoom fluke with a red jig head. And I lost a really big fish with that earlier. So we might be onto something there. I've done really well in this creek with that color before. Reel this other one in so I don't get all covered in grass. All right, I don't know how this live is gonna work. It seems like the reception. Just weird because this lure floats. Again, because I'm gonna go right by it. Let's get back in the water. Also, big one is I always like to put on scent, everything Procure. It's kind of like mixes menhaden, shrimp, mullet, everything into one. Works great though. I really believe in this stuff. Get a fish that's kind of interested in it but doesn't commit, and they smell that. Just makes them commit completely to taking it. At least that's my theory on it. All right, let's see if we can do that again. I got a point in front of me. I'm gonna go just up past this point, see if I get any more trolling. I'm gonna start casting down this bank. Hopefully we'll pick up a bunch of them. Chances are where I got that last one, there'll be more there too. Gotta move back in towards the bank a little bit here. GoPro, stop recording. In the world. It's fun to do this, but it's definitely it's a lot more to manage. You know, when you're trying to catch fish and it's good, it just seems like every time when I'd be doing my YouTube with the GoPros, I'd be filming the whole time. And then all of a sudden I get a fish on and the battery would have a problem. Like the battery would get low or die right when I get a fish on. I could be filming for an hour with not a hit, and all of a sudden I get a fish and the battery dies. Can't tell you how many times that's happened. Or there's just been these weird issues with the SD cards recently. Or like I'm trying to mess with this phone to try to get the video on when I had a fish on. I lost it because I'm monkeying with the phone and never even got my hands on the rod. The rod's just bending, drags going behind me. By the time I get my hands on it, it was off because I didn't get to set the hook or anything. So yeah, there's these weird challenges when you're trying to film yourself. You just don't experience when you're not doing this. I'd probably catch a lot more fish if I wasn't filming, but it's worth it. That's just part of the cost of doing this, I guess. All right, fresh battery in there. Okay, we're ready. We are ready, okay. Oh, it just looks so good here right now. Looks really good in here. Might even pick up a big drum in here, who knows? Okay, we're coming up to this point. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna round it. Two boats fishing pretty close to each other over here. That's always something I keep an eye on. When I see 2 or 3 boats in one area, chances are there's some fish there. I have another buddy. I remember him telling me the story. There's a lot of boats out scattered all over. He gets to a point, casting, catches one, casting, gets another one. All of a sudden, all the boats just start moving in on him, like ridiculous. Sometimes there is a bunch of fish in one spot, but there's usually more than one group scattered out. So I just don't think you need to crowd people like that. It's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Just go find your own fish. You know, times I've watched someone sit on a point and they catch tons of fish. I'll catch some around me, different spot, but as soon as they leave, I'll go in, catch fish behind them. They're fishing a spot. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna fish around this point, or troll around this point. If we don't get anything, I'm gonna head right back to where we got that last trout and try fishing there. This is actually the furthest I've ever come down with my kayak. I've been in this hobby for over a year or so. My legs are so used to this. It's like nothing to go 3-4 miles in this thing one direction, go back, like nothing. They're just, especially now I got the turbo fins, this thing just moves so well. Yeah, this looks like a killer spot. I'm gonna troll past here, but I'm also gonna fish around here a little bit. This point just looks awesome. Yep. Looks really juicy here. Love to have my fish finder. I've got like a short, and one of the connectors just hasn't been working. I got to take some time, mess around with it, but I'd love to know the depth right here. I'm betting there's a pretty big deep hole here with that kind of curve. And nothing. Yeah, we might need to just hurry back up to where we got that last one. Let's see. I know the connection is just terrible. Keeps cutting out, and I'm just losing battery here. Concentration of trout right now, and then once I do that, start focusing my time in on that area. But yeah, I'm gonna call it now because the connection just terrible, and I want to find some fish. There's a little more action for you. I'm gonna fish this point, troll back up. As soon as I find fish, I'm gonna start dissecting it, and if I get into some, we'll go live again.